terrorism financing. Kajuru abduction. Kaduna Police Command confirms incident, deploys tactical units to hunt suspects. Katsina State Government distributes irrigation equipment to farmers. Hello and welcome to the News Desk 3 on NTA News 24, live from Abuja. I am Vivian Izadifi. Justice Mohammed Umar of the Federal High Court has admitted the Bauchi State Finance Commissioner and 3 others to 100 million naira bail in the alleged $9.7 million terrorism financing. Ruling on the bail application filed by the Bauchi State Commissioner for Finance, Yakubu Adamu, and his court defendants, Justice Mohammed Umar, held that the defendants had placed sufficient materials before the court for the court to exercise its discretion in their favor judicially and judiciously. Justice Umar directed the defendants to produce 2 sureties each, who must be a permanent secretary and a director in the civil service. The judge ordered the defendants to deposit their international passports with the court's registry and ordered them to be reporting to the Department of State Services DSS office in Bauchi State every Monday until the case is determined. He adjourned the matter to February 26, 2026 for commencement of trial. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, had preferred a 10-count terrorism financing and money laundering charge against Adamu and 3 others. The alleged funds were used in whole or in parts to finance a terrorist or a terrorist group. The offense is contrary to Section 26, subsection 1, and punishable under Section 21, subsection 2A of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022. Meanwhile, key persons driving Nigerians' efforts to curb terrorism financing have been urged to adopt more deliberate, intelligent-driven telecommunications surveillance to strengthen early warning systems against illicit financial flows, particularly those linked to terrorist activities. This formed part of the key recommendations made by security and financial crimes experts during a discussion on tackling terrorism financing on NTA's Good Morning Nigeria. Oluseyi Adiabo reports that the experts also emphasized the need for tougher sanctions and stricter financial penalties for offenders to consolidate existing gains and reinforce efforts to safeguard the nation's sovereignty.
Congratulations to Nigeria.
Nigeria's removal from the European Union's list of countries associated with terrorism financing has been described by these security experts as a significant milestone in the nation's efforts to curb illicit financial flows and strengthening its anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing frameworks. The experts, however, caution that despite the progress recorded, the country is not yet out of the woods, stressing the need for sustained vigilance, stricter enforcement, and continuous policy reforms to consolidate the gains.
How do terrorists finance their activity? They do it through kidnapping, and they use the telecom system. And when they use the telecom system, how do they register to get a phone number? All this need to be put in place. But how do we put in place a regulation that will help empower the monitoring agencies to be able to carry out actions that will disrupt the activity of terrorist groups?
The shadow economy itself. Shadow economy, that means when we talk about, or when we look at the formal economy and say, okay, business to business, country to country, those that we see, perhaps that is clear. There are a lot of efforts that have been made. But what happens with the economies that is beneath that formal economy? So those are areas that have to still be focused on.
And it is important that for us to have a more effective coverage of intercepting, frustrating, and apprehending terrorist funding. Our relationship with our strategic neighbor, especially Niger, is key in this algorithm.
Meanwhile, responses from Nigerians through the GMN social media platforms and phone lines aligned with the views of the guest, calling for better coordination among intergovernmental agencies and other key actors, including enhanced international cooperation. In Abuja, Oluseyi Adiagbo, NTA News.
The Nigerian police force says it has responded swiftly to the reported abduction in Kurmiwali community, Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State, assuring residents that their safety remains a top priority. The force acknowledged the fear such incidents create and stress that no criminal acts will go unanswered. Following the reports, the Kaduna State Security Council met at the government house where conflicting initial accounts from the community caused brief uncertainty. Police authorities later clarified that the Commissioner of Police earlier comments were intended to prevent panic while facts were being verified, not to dismiss the incident. Further intelligence and field operations have since confirmed the abduction, prompting coordinated security actions with other agencies to track the suspects and rescue the victims. Acting on the directive of the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Ebitokun, tactical and intelligence units have been deployed across Kajuru and surrounding communities. The police are urging members of the public to remain calm, rely on official information, and avoid speculation as operations continue to restore peace and security in the area. In a bold move to ease hardship experienced by motorists, the federal government has inaugurated 2 completed road projects under the Emergency Intervention Scheme in Zamfara State. Usman Zubairu reports that Senior Special Assistant to the President on Community Engagement, Northwest, Abdullahi Tanko Yakasai, who inaugurated the roads, urges contractors handling the dualization of Section 11 Gusau Talata Mafara Sokoto dual carriageway to ensure timely completion of the projects.
The 2 road projects inaugurated are the 600 kilometers access route linking newly commissioned Forest Secretary Complex and repaired Gusau Gedanda Road in Zamfara State. The roads are part of the 260 emergency intervention routes identified nationwide, expected to ease traffic flow and enhance connectivity.
To the glory of God, we commissioned this road.
Work on the dualization of Section 3 dual carriageway from Zaria, Funtua to Gusau have reached 52%, while Gusau Talata Mafara to Sokoto Road, the contractor said is just 14% stage of completion. The project consists use of steel reinforcement, certain insecurity, and traffic management among the major constraints.
Over 23 road projects going on in Northwest alone. That's to tell you, Mr. President is so concerned about Northwest. All these roads were awarded in 2023.
Doing the earthworks, joining the dualized road so that to open for the traffic, both the 2 lanes, left and right, so that commuters will be traveling on it.
The Senior Special Assistant to President on Community Engagement Northwest assured communities along the project corridor of the federal government's unwavering commitment to delivering durable, safe, and economically impactful road infrastructure across the region. Usman Zubairu, NTA News.
Similarly, Minister of State for Works Bello Mohammed Goronyo has given fresh assurance that the long-awaited Abuja-Kaduna-Kano Expressway will be completed by April 2027, a development expected to boost connectivity, trade and economic activities across Nigeria's northern corridor. The assurance was given at a meeting of political appointees from the Northwest region, convened to honor young party members whose grassroots mobilization played a crucial role in the All Progressives Congress victory in the 2023 presidential elections. Ekene Ndulue has more.
The gathering celebrated the energy and commitment of the youths, widely acknowledged as a driving force behind the party's success at the polls. Beyond campaign promises, political leaders highlighted what they described as concrete achievements of the current administration, particularly in policies and programs aimed at empowering Nigeria's youthful population.
Prior to the advent of NEL Fund, when school resumes, all of us will be having palpitation. People from your constituency will be calling you registration fee. And these are the history of the past.
We have the rules that are being taken. We have a lot of things that we can say about this government. And we will say it. We are ready for the campaign and we know the thing is set.
Northwest gave the most votes and Northwest will give more votes in 2027. I want us to recognize the value of what we bring. We're a vote basket and we must retain that.
The APC National Chairman and the Minister of State for Works used the occasion to rally members to actively participate in the ongoing nationwide APC membership registration.
We've enhanced our membership through the e-registration. Want to know our party members, want to put face to those names that we keep hearing. We have found a president that is committed for the unity of this nation, that is committed for the progress of this nation, that is committed to making sure that things get better, and they have started getting better.
The event also provided an opportunity to recognize members of the 2023 Northwest Presidential Campaign Council for their dedication and contributions. In Abuja, Ekene Ndulue, NTA News.
Katsina State government has distributed more than 1,000 motorcycles to community development officers alongside irrigation equipment to support farming activities and improve the well-being of rural dwellers. Governor Dikko Umar Radda, who led the distribution exercise, said the intervention is part of his administration's commitments to boosting productivity and promoting climate-resilient agriculture. Awal Haleru reports.
The distribution of these motorcycles and irrigation equipment is a significant boost to rural development in Katsina State. The motorcycles will enhance mobility and access to remote areas, while the irrigation equipment will support year-round farming, increasing yields and raising incomes for farmers.
This intervention demonstrates our commitment not only to provide the infrastructure, but also to ensure that farmers receive complete package required to succeed.
The state government is prioritizing grassroots development in view of the crucial role the rural areas play in the economic growth of the state.
I assure you of our continued legislative support for policies and programs that promote community development, agricultural growth, and community empowerment.
The provision of irrigation drilling machines and wheel air compressors is therefore a strategic intervention aimed at promoting earlier farming, increasing agricultural productivity, and ensuring food security for our communities.
We have supported the government and other ministry and departmental and agencies in implementation of their various empowerments.
The government emphasized the importance of responsible use of the equipment, saying the tools are for service, not gifts. In Katsina, Awal Haleru, NTA News.
You are still watching the news on NTA News 24. We'll bring you more reports after this time out. Stay with us.
And the National Productivity Order of Merit Award goes to...
The only tomato paste rice manufacturer to win the National Productivity Order of Merit Award by the Federal Government of Nigeria, endorsed by the Association of Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria. This is an evidence of 100% natural goodness, great quality and great taste. So eat healthy to live longer. Use Arisco tomato paste and products. 100% natural tomato. Better food now. Buy now and enjoy up to 20% discount. Arisco tomato paste.
From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blended performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
This is NTA News 24.
Welcome back. President Tinubu has reached out to the FCT community with a donation of 1,200 bags of 25 kg rice through the Renewed Hope Ambassador FCT. This gesture, the FCT representative, Abdullahi Adamu Candido, says demonstrates leadership commitment that cares for the less privileged. Hawa Gimba reports on the distribution of the items to the 6 area councils.
The distribution of the 1,200 bags of 25 kg rice cuts across the 6 area councils of the Federal Capital Territory, with beneficiaries drawn from vulnerable households and community groups. FCT Coordinator, Renewed Hope Ambassador Abdullahi Adamu Candido says the intervention aligns with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda, aimed at easing the economic burden on Nigerians, especially the less privileged.
Kindness of Mr. President, the Renewed Hope Ambassadors project across the country, inclusive of FCT, was honored to receive 1,200 bags of 25 kg from Mr. President. Of course, to, in the spirit of this season, to appreciate the citizens of this country for their support and for their prayer. And in his usual kindness, he decided that let Nigerians, particularly those of the less privileged in the society.
Coordinators from the 6 area councils were on ground to appreciate the president for this gesture to the grassroots.
I am duty-bound to ensure that it gets to them, however little it is. It's not the quantity, but the kindness behind the giving is what matters the most.
The Renewed Hope Ambassador is a well-structured organization with a clear-cut organogram. Before the arrival of this palliative, individuals has been earmarked with names well written out, given to the coordinators.
Beneficiaries also commended the gesture, describing it as timely and impactful, while calling for sustained support to grassroots communities. Hawagimba, NTA News.
The National Senior Secondary Education Commission is strengthening collaboration with financial institutions to drive sustainable development in senior secondary education across Nigeria. The initiative is aimed at leveraging corporate social responsibility efforts to address critical gaps in public senior secondary schools, including infrastructure deficits, teacher capacity development, access to digital learning tools, and student empowerment programs. Christiana Akande's report is here presented.
role of financial sectors in complementing government efforts to enhance access to quality education. The Executive Secretary, National Senior Secondary Education Commission, Dr. Yela Ajayi, notes that senior secondary education remains a pivotal stage in national development, serving as a bridge between basic education and tertiary or vocational pathways. And as such, targeted CSR investments by financial institutions can significantly improve learning outcomes, reduce dropout rates, and equip students with skills relevant to the modern economy.
We have to make education more effective, more relevant, more inclusive, and aligned with the modern trends of doing business in this country.
On their part, representatives of the financial institutions reaffirmed their commitment to education and expressed readiness to explore new areas of collaboration with the Commission.
The leaders of tomorrow are the people that you shape. We are going to stand by what has been our idea and ensure that senior education is given a very, very important focus going forward.
We believe the youths, especially at this level, hold the ace in terms of future development of the country. We know the expectations. We assure you of our willingness to partner with you.
This collaboration marks a step towards strengthening public-private partnerships in the education sector, as the Commission continues to make meaningful decisions in the interest of senior secondary schools nationwide.
To politics now, the PDP presidential ticket for the 2027 general election is open to every member of the party from the South, including former President Goodluck Jonathan. National chairman of the party, Tanimu Turaki, gave the assurance in Abuja after meeting with former Vice President Namadi Sambo. Timothy Yusuf reports.
A closed-door meeting that lasted for a few hours between the Turaki-led National Working Committee, accompanied by Board of Trustees members and some leaders, and former Vice President Namadi Sambo in his Abuja residence. Turaki briefed the media on the outcome of the meeting with the former VP.
The most important thing for us is the assurance that His Excellency had given us, that he is and will continue to remain a member of the PDP. And His Excellency had assured us that very soon that he will become more active than he used to be.
Reacting to the dismissal of the party former National Secretary Samuel Anyanwu case at the FCT High Court, Turaki said it is a vindication for the PDP family.
The judgment of Justice Umar had vindicated us in PDP that yes, we are the genuine leaders of PDP, had vindicated us that yes, our convention was legitimately done, had vindicated us that indeed people cannot just go in one corner and then begin to ascribe to themselves that the leadership of a political party. This is not a market association.
Turaki is confident the rebuilding process of the PDP is yielding results, and consultation with party members is an ongoing process to have strong footing in the 2027 exercise. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
The Federal Road Safety Corps has intercepted a suspected child trafficking operation in Nyanya, Abuja. In a statement signed by the Public Education Officer, Shegun Ogunbemide, the afternoon patrol team of the Nyanya Unit Command intercepted a white Sharon vehicle with registration number SHT 253U at the building materials axis of Nyanya. The vehicle, driven by 136-year-old Nale John, was traveling from Shandam, Plateau State to Kema local government area in Kwara State. The interception followed the alertness and professional judgment of the patrol team after observing an unusually high number of passengers, 17 young boys and girls, crammed into the vehicle with 2 minors concealed in the vehicle's boot, immediately raising suspicion of possible human trafficking. Subsequently, the Commissioner of Police, Nasarawa State Command, Shatima Jabru Mohammed, ordered that the rescued young persons be taken into protective custody at the State Criminal Investigation Department, Lafia, while directing a comprehensive investigation to dismantle any network connected to the suspected trafficking attempt. The FRSC Court Marshal Shehu Mohammed, however, reiterates that although the court lacks the statutory mandate to investigate human trafficking, its responsibility to protect lives on Nigerian roads, identify suspicious activities, and immediately engage relevant security agencies was effectively and professionally discharged. And that concludes the News Desk 3 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I'm Vivian Izadifi.